is helping us to lead a great life. So I would request Rita Sharma ji to quickly sing the Mangalacharan and then we'll start with the class.
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणत क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः सच्चिदानंद रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः श्रीरामाय वयं नमः श्रीगौराय वयं नमः वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावधूतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च अहो भाग्यं गौरमार्गानुवर्तिना देवो राधारमन्यत्र यद्गुरुर्गुणमञ्जत् पञ्चतत्त्वत्कमं कृष्णं भक्तरूपं स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री राधा रमण लाल की जय।
जय श्रीमन चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम निताई गौर हरि बोल, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतिता नाम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आप सभी के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करते हुए श्री राधा रमन लाल के प्रति अपने अनंत प्रेम को, सदगुरुदेव महाराज के प्रति संपूर्ण निष्ठा को और आप सब के प्रति अपने वात्सल्य को प्रकट करती हुई आप सभी का मैं आज की निमाई पाठशाला की सूत्र स्तोत्र और शास्त्र की क्लास में स्वागत करती हूँ। एंड बिकॉज आई फॉरगॉट, आई अगेन वेलकम यू इन इंग्लिश in today's class. I forgot it's Monday, but then suddenly I realized that I think I was not supposed to talk in this language today. But yes, so we have been in Jaipur. We had a great program in Jaipur. You all must have seen photos and videos everywhere. So we just like 2 minutes back, I reached back from Jaipur and directly in your service. So it was a great day. I want to announce few things before I get into the course of the class. The first announcement is that on the 8th of July, Nimai Pathshala is coming to Amritsar to perform a play on Shri Narottam Das Thakurji, who had been a great shishya to his guru, disciple to his Gurudev. How a disciple should be, what is the importance of seva in a disciple's life is being, it's being beautifully described by the life of Narottam Das Thakurji. And then Maharaj Ji is coming to Ludhiana, Jalandhar and Amritsar for Guru Purnima Mahotsav. He will be in Ludhiana on the 6th. He will be in Jalandhar on the 7th, and then he'll be in Amritsar on 8th, 9th, 10th. 10th of July, Guru Purnima Utsav is going to be in Amritsar. 11th of July, Guru Purnima will be in Vrindavan Dham. And the biggest information that I want to give all of you is that from the 11th of July, the days we live for, the days we are always waiting for, we have the 7 days of complete blissfulness, because those 7 days Radha Raman Lal is our all the time, but those 7 days you get to serve him exclusively. You can do a lot of sevas that will reach him directly. So it's very, very, emotional part of our hearts. And these 7 days we will be not sleeping at all, from Mangla Aartis to the Shayan Aartis, to the plays, to Katha, to Harinam Kirtan, to Darshans, to dancing, to a lot of things will be happening in Vrindavan Dham. So you all must come and experience this divinity with Maharaj Shri. So the Seva Mahotsav is starting from the 11th of July till the 18th of July. After the Mangla Aartis, we are going to have meditative kirtans and meditative jap satras, and post that we will be having darshans. We'll be doing a very exclusive seva of Radha Ramanji. I'll be selecting few children and we'll be making garland for Shri Radha Ramanji every day. Imagine he'll be wearing the garland that we will be preparing from our hands, and then we will be there cleaning the temple, and then we'll be there, we'll have a team that will, cut the vegetables. Only few people will be selected who will be given the authority to cut the vegetable that will go inside the temple, and those people who will be serving though that seva, they will be in apras. And yes, the person who is in seva, they cannot go inside the temple and cook for Radharaman, but yes, you can do amaniya of the vegetables, and then the Gosainji will take those vegetables, wash them and cook them for Shri Radharaman Lal. So a lot of those, one-to-one seva for Radharamanji we'll be doing in those 7 days. We'll be doing deep cleaning of his home, which is the Radharaman temple. We are doing one play every day in Sridham Vrindavan. One day we are doing a play on Shri Haridas Thakur ji, Namachari Shri Haridas Thakur. One day we are doing a play on Angan Srivaska, how Mahaprabhuji was there when he was in Nadia and when he was doing Leelas in Srivasji's Angan. We'll be doing Narottam Das Thakurji all over again. We'll be doing Janava Thakurani. We'll be doing a very exclusive and new play, which is Dole. And what is Dole? Dole is the place where Radha Ramanji manifested from Shaligramji. The entire Leela behind it. And please let me tell you one thing. Not just the Leela that was shown to the people on this planet. In fact, it's gonna get a little more deeper. We are going to tell you how this place called Dole got manifested, because this place is not special only because Radha Ramanji self-manifested at this place. It has got a deeper significance that you'll get to know when you see the play, because that place has got a lot of secrets to itself, which is going to be revealed in that prastuti that we are preparing fresh for all of you. So 7 days, a lot of things are going to happen. So all those who are coming to Sridham Vrindavan in these 7 days, please do let us know. So we will be giving you, everybody is not doing everything. So we have teams dedicatedly serving in different. Jay God, just 1 minute, bache. लोग और ज्यादा उसके प्रति इंस्पायर्ड फील करते हैं। तो ये हम सब पर निमाई पाठशाला आप संतों की कृपा से ही ऐसे विकसित हो रहा है। तो आप बस अपनी प्रार्थनाओं में हमें रखिए कि हम राधा रमन लाल की खूब सेवा करें।
बिल्कुल, हम हनुमान जी से बाला जी से आप पठान रहे, हम स्वागत कर रहे हैं।
जी
आप पधारो।
जी जी।
बाला जी के चरणों में हमारे जी भी लगाएंगे कि और निमाई पाठशाला के द्वारा विश्वव्यापक रूप में, वैश्विक रूप में ये चर्चा पहुंच सके।
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपके चरणों में मैं प्रणाम करती हूँ।
धन्यवाद
जी राधे राधे।
ठीक है, सरकार बड़ी कर बात है फिर डांस को।
तो आज आप सबका भी दिन बन गया भैया। अभी अभी महाराज जी 2, 3, 4 जुलाई बागेश्वर धाम जा रहे हैं सेवा के लिए, और अभी भी महाराज जी ने फोन किया। ये बागेश्वर महाराज जी थे, धीरेन्द्र कृष्ण शास्त्री जी महाराज, जो हमारे महाराज जी जा रहे हैं, हम लोग जा रहे हैं, हम एक दिन के लिए जा रहे हैं, पर महाराज जी वहां 3 दिन डटेंगे। तो उसके लिए हमने निमाई पाठशाला के माध्यम से जो यमुना मार्जन किया, उसके लिए सराहना देते हुए कह रहे थे कि आपकी पाठशाला जोरदारी काम कर। आपने सुना, तभी मैंने तुरंत जल्दी जल्दी अनम्यूट कराया कि भैया पता तो चलना चाहिए कि राधा रमन लाल इतने खुश हो चुके हैं। कैसे पता चलता है? जब संत भी जानने लगते हैं कि ये पाठशाला के बच्चे कुछ अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। तो भैया संतों की दृष्टि में आ गए हो तो राधा रमन लाल तो बस आलिंगन करने को बिल्कुल तैयार बैठे। खुश हो जाओ और खूब जोरदारी की सेवा करो। सो ऑन दिस नोट, I was telling you who all are coming for those 7 days. They must definitely tell us that they are coming, so that we can give you your exclusive seva. If you come directly, you would be crazy because there will be so much to do and so many things around. But if you will let us know, we will give you a team, and then you will be specifically doing one particular seva for Radharaman ji. So please get in touch with us, whosoever is coming. We need lots of volunteers. We already have thousands of them, but I think we need more volunteers to serve Radharaman ji in the best possible way. So quickly, you know what, today I feel like I will do Geeta ji after the sutra, because I'm also in some other mode today. A lot of traveling from 3 days, hardly slept, like 1 hour, 2 hours. So I'm feeling a little bit, in my head. So quickly, I will first, we'll discuss about the sutra. Today, we are going to do one activity. Please listen to me very carefully. We are doing one activity today. Today, I am going to narrate the sutra to all of you, and you all are going to tell me what do you think that you learned from that sutra. Let's make it a bit of an interactive class. Today I'm feeling a little tired, so I think we can do it half and half. So I will quickly narrate the sutra, and then you let me know what do you think that inspired you, or maybe you think that this is what you feel is the crux of that sutra. So once what happened, there was a small village in the middle of a very dense forest. The people who lived in that village did not know what is the way out from that dense forest to reach the city. So from generations, nobody went outside that village because nobody knew any way to go out of that dense forest. So in that village, there was one man, and he had one donkey. That donkey was getting a bit old, but that man was really cruel. Why? Because he just didn't let the donkey rest even for some time. So the days when he didn't have any work, he used to send that donkey to his friend's place, and then they used to make him work. So that donkey was very, very, tired, and he was getting old, and he was very disappointed. So he thought that I'm going to run away. But run away where? There is no way out of that village, because everywhere around is a dense forest and there is no let out. So what happened? That donkey thought that I am going to go in the jungle and just get lost, and I don't want to come back to this village again. So what happened? That donkey left from the village into the dense forest, and he went inside. For days he kept walking, and wow, eventually, after 4 days of constant traveling, he was out of that dense forest and he reached the city. He was very, very happy. After a few days, there was people in that village were like, where's the donkey? Where is the donkey? So some people thought that he's gone to the city via the forest. So when the dogs of that village got to know, they were also motivated. So if one person goes, Then others get excited and they want to try that if he can go, maybe we can also go. So what did they do? They thought maybe we will also go. And after few days, they also tried, kept traveling for days, and wow, kudos. They also found the way out to the city. Now the people in that village realized that the donkey has left. He'd never came back. Because if there would have been no way out, the donkey eventually would have come back. But he didn't. The dogs went, even they didn't come back. So the people in that village thought that even we should try to find the way out from this dense forest. So the path which the dogs followed, the path which the donkey followed, even those villagers followed the same path. They kept walking on that path for days, and wow, congratulations. They also succeeded and found a way out of that village. But now what happened? Those villagers found the way out and then they started using that route as the most, main route to communicate between the city and the village. One day, a person from that village met an engineer. So when he met that engineer, the engineer asked him, "Where do you live?" He said, "I live in that village. It's like 5 days route. Like you have to walk for 5 days and then you reach my village through the dense forest." He said, "Can you show me?" So that engineer went with that villager to his village. He said, "Oh my God, can you tell me who made this route?" That person said, first a donkey went through this route. Then some dogs found that this route. And eventually when dog and the donkey didn't come back, even we realized that we should find some route and we found the same route with which they reached the city. But that engineer said, "Do you know the route which you have found is the longest route to reach the city?" Definitely, because a wise man would never use this route, because if you ask me, the shortest route to reach the city is just 3 hours. Imagine you are not holding your ear like this, but you are holding your ear like, how difficult. Oh my God, can you even reach it? But how easy. It is just like that. He said, "I'm very sure only donkeys and the dogs can go to the city via this route. But humans could find a smaller one which will take you to the same destination, but smaller time and smaller effort." Every route is not for everyone, my children. Understand. Don't follow others. You are an individual born with an individual mind, born with individual qualities, born with individual capacities and individual wisdom. Don't think if everybody around you is becoming an engineer, then you also have to become an engineer. And then eventually, after struggling for 6 long years, you will be successful in your life. I'm not saying you won't be, but let me tell you one thing. If probably you are not that inclined towards that education and you are a good painter and you spend just 3 months doing course on painting and making your painting more refined, you might be much more successful than what you would have achieved in your life after 6 long years of constant struggle. Identify yourself, my bachon. Don't follow the crowd. Don't do what everybody is doing. You are unique. You are one and only. And Radha Raman Lal has given that one beautiful, exclusive quality to everyone, which is your shortest route to serve Radha Raman and to be successful. Find that route. Don't follow the donkeys and the dogs, as I explained in the story. Some people will cut this and they will just say, Mataji is saying, you do your work, rest the whole world is a donkey and a dog. And everybody is going to be after my life. Okay? So this story, this is one realization what I felt, that please identify your route and walk on that. That is going to give you happiness, success, pleasure, contentment, and utmost that blissfulness. That yes, this is what I am good at, and I have refined this quality of, you know what? Let me tell you one thing. I am teaching all my 3 kids. They are going to the school, they are doing everything, but that is not my priority. I know my eldest one is a beautiful dancer. I have already put her into Odissi. She loves Jagannath Ji, and that's the ultimate goal of her life, to perform in front of Jagannath Ji Odissi dancing on the occasion of Rath Yatra, one day in her life. She's already getting trained for that. My younger one just realized that she's a beautiful singer. Yes, she's already into music. And Nimai Dada is till now a very good actor. He loves to play Sri Ram. She would see everybody and she's like, Ram. So I think he will be a good actor in the play of Nimai Pathshala Prastutis. But what I'm trying to say, it is very important to do what is basic, but identify what is your uniqueness. And when you work on your uniqueness, the whole world is trying to create that USP, unique selling policy. I am unique. Why? Because I wear a sari and speak English. Why are you unique? Because you don't have arms, you don't have legs, but still you are a very good archer. You are unique because you can speak in 10 languages. You are unique because you are a great painter. Find your USP. Only when you will try to become like the crowd, who is going to identify you in that crowd? Only when you wear a tilak, when you wear a kanti, when you hold a mala, when you are saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Everybody says, Mataji, what are you speaking? What is this on your foot? You are unique. Wearing those torn clothes and those straight hairs like, horns, the whole world looks the same. But what makes you different? I am different. I'm unique because I'm a Radharamaniya. I wear the sindoor, which is not just red, but also black in color. I wear a Mangal Sutra that looks like this. My bridal costume is a little bit different from a regular lehenga. You have to understand that. Please don't follow it. Everything is not for everybody. But there is something definitely for everyone. And when you realize that something which is for you, that is the day you start, walking up on the ladder of success. That is what I felt today. I just felt like talking a little casual to all of you. But let me know what you think about that story. I don't know why you all already, hold your hands up. So I don't even know who wants to volunteer to speak. So let me, yes, my beautiful, beautiful bacha, Sannitha from Telangana.
Radhesham Maya Danvat Pranam.
Prasanna bacha, I'm waiting for you in Seva with your team. My team, actually.
We are ready, Ma. Always,
yes.
forever.
Yes, bacha. What do you think? What did you learn from this sutra?
Yes, Ma. Like when engineer came there and told that villagers that, the shortest way is just 3 hours away from the forest. So that in our life, it might be Guru, it will be Gurudev.
Wow, wow, what a realization. Beautiful, huh?
We always try to go in a longer, when we try to reach the destination, we always choose longer ways. But Gurudev, just you said in one story that Gurudev will lift you from the first floor and throw you in 10th floor. But if you walk, you'll go through stairs. So this is the same way
Gurudev is the lift. Otherwise, you have to walk up the stairs, no? More strength will be involved. You'll be tired also. You might fall also. You'll take longer time also. But lift is very safe. In 1
Yes.
second, you can reach the 100th floor. So
Yes.
beautiful realization. You know, that this is something which even I didn't realize. So, Sanitha, it is so beautiful that the engineer in that story is Guru of our life. Sometimes we are doing everything, hit and trying everything possible to please the Supreme. We don't know what to do. Sometimes we meet somebody and we think that, oh, this is very nice. We should follow this path. And then we meet somebody else and then we get impressed by their philosophy and their sadhana and their ways. And then we deviate from there. And then again there. But one day an engineer comes, a guru comes in our life and he accepts us. He gives us Diksha and then he tells, listen to me. Your shortest, safest, and most prominent, confident path to reach the Supreme is this philosophy and this route. You don't have to do everything. You just have to do this one seva, and that will be enough for you to reach your ultimate destination. So beautiful realization. Very good. Who else want to say? You have to raise your hands because everybody's hand is. Can I ask this very cute bacha? She sings very cutely. Kripa.
Radha Maya.
Radhe Radhe Kripa. I listen to your stotras that you sing and it's beautiful.
Thank you so much, Maya. So what I learned from your story was like when you don't study Sutra and Shastra and don't take classes with like your Gurudev and don't study about like history of Hinduism and stuff like that, you will go from like the long path which takes 5 days and more. But when you take surrender of Gurudev, when you listen to kathas and when you like memorize sloks from you and stotras, and you will like you will you'll
I
get
got your point. Very, very nice. You know why that engineer is an engineer? Have you ever thought that? Because he has studied it. He knows to find out that what is the shortest route. Have we studied? Are we informed? Are we educated like that engineer to find out what is that route for us? And how will we find out? Only when we'll take the shelter of Guru, Shastras, and Sutras and Stotras. So beautiful. Earlier, that engineer was the Guru, but now the second realization is that how the engineer knows what made that normal man an engineer. Because he studied, he gave time, he invested that energy into knowing that knowledge. And when he got the knowledge, he knew the way to find the shortest routes everywhere. When only we also take shelter, we'll be able to judge this is right, this is wrong. We'll be informed that this might take me in the wrong direction, and then after taking so many births again, I have to come back again to fulfill my goal. But no, I know, I'm knowledgeable, I know the way is the right route to reach my ultimate destination. So let me give one opportunity to Adrik also. I missed you so much in Rath Yatra, so badly wanted you to be there, but Radha Raman Lal ki jaisi ichha.
Now, Maya, I'll definitely come in the Seva, Amrit Seva Mahotsav to
I'm
serve
very
in
excited to
every
meet all my
possible
children in
way.
Seva.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Yes.
So, Ma, I realized exactly the same which Mataji told, that one day engineer Rupi Gurudev comes in your life. But now she already told it. So now if I look deeper into it, so what we can think is, when a donkey, उन्होंने हार नहीं मानी, he spent 5 days just walking and went to
Wow.
the city. और अपन लोग, what we do, we chant few malas and after that we think, oh no Anubhav's nothing, now maybe he's not there, he don't like me, etc, etc. But if a donkey can walk for straight 5 days and get to the city, we can also just go to the in the lotus feet
So
of
the
Supreme.
key to become successful in life is dhriti, patience.
Yes.
You have to
Patience.
be patient in achieving the goal of your life. And that goal can be any goal. I'm not just saying that it should be spiritually inclined, but if you really want to achieve that ultimate goal of your life, it is very important to be consistent and it is very important to be patient. You know, when you work towards a goal, there will be times you'll fall. There will be times you'll fail. But if you know from your heart that this is my ultimate desire, my ultimate goal, a child learns to walk only after he falls 1,000 times. Thomas Edison got failed 999 times before inventing the bulb in the 1,000th time. So it is very important that if you want to achieve something in your life, there are two main keys to it. First is that you have to be consistent. You fall, you get up, just clean yourself, brush up yourself, get motivated. That's my destination. I am falling, but I know that once I will reach there, I will be the happiest. Get up again, get your motivation from within, and then start walking again. And second is patience. Nothing comes overnight. You have to work towards it. So when you have these two things in your life, when a donkey can patiently walk for 5 days and find the city, when we will also be consistently walking towards our goal, we will also be able to achieve that ultimate happiness and goal of our life. Very beautiful, Adrika. Wow, I'm loving this. One story, so many, see, every brain is exclusive. Every brain has a new realization. So it is so beautiful that one sutra, one particular thing can be seen from so many perspectives. That makes you unique. That makes you a beautiful creation of Radharaman Lal. He tells you via these realizations that, hey, I am exclusive to you and you are exclusive to me. Don't ever think that there is a race in which the one who comes first only gets Radharaman. No. Radharaman Lal says, I am yours, you are mine. And then he tells to Kashvi, I am yours and you are mine. And then he tells to Lalit that, Lalit, I am yours and you are mine. Then he tells to Kashni, I am yours and you are mine, because I am there in everyone and I am there for everyone in my individual self. So don't panic. Don't get anxiety attacks that, oh, I'm not doing as much as others are doing and Radharaman is not going to be mine. There is no race. Yes, you are running in a race, but in that race, you are running alone. You are already the ones going to come first. It's just that the ultimate way to win this race is just keep running. Don't stop. You are running in this race called life. But you have to understand, this race is going to finish and is going to finish on that ultimate goal, but you are going to be first only if you are running. So keep doing what Radharaman Lal has told you to do. Fulfill the responsibilities with a smile, because Radharaman Lal, I have to keep running, I have to keep walking, and I have to keep doing things that will make you happy in your life. I love today's class because I think you all are much more smarter than even I am. I am not at all smart, I know, but You people make me look like I am smart, but okay. So one more realization we'll take in the class today, and then we will move towards Geeta ji. Oh, my lovely Gishika wants to say something, and then Radhe Radhe Bachche. Yes, what do you think about the sutra?
Ma, I realized that when we love Radharaman Lal, so like we do chantings, like we listen to kathas, sankirtan, and all, and it like took us 5 days to reach the ultimate destination. And but when Radharaman Lal loves us, he himself comes in the form of engineer and like take us with him like in just 3 hours.
Oh, wow, another realization. See, the confidence that the dogs and the humans of that village got to get out of that dense forest was only because somebody had gone and excelled in that direction. So they even took the effort. So, you know what? In our life, we have to constantly make that effort. We cannot stop, because if you stop making the effort, you will be again caged in that village only. But when you'll constantly make the effort, you have to make the effort. No, don't worry that even if I'm doing it right or not doing it right, you are taking guidance and you are trying to do everything in the best way, but things are not happening in the perfect way. It's all right. If you are doing it and you're doing it with the right intention, let me tell you one thing. As Gishika said, one day Radha Raman Lal will come to you. The engineer came to that villager and told him, "Arey bhaiya, why are you wasting 5 days when you can only reach the destination in 3 hours?" When you are pure from the heart, you know, when your intentions are right, when you want to do good to other people, and having this emotion in your heart, and then when you do things in your life, even if things are not falling in the right place, trust me, Radha Ramanlal is going to come to you in some form, hold your hand and take you to the right direction and tell you, hey, this is your route. This is where you belong. You all sitting in this class belong to Shri Radha Raman Lal. And he has already told this to all of you. And that is why you are sitting here today listening to things that will bring you more closer to him. And let me tell you one thing. This is not your choice. He has given you that wisdom and inspiration from within, that please come to the class, learn about me and come more closer to me. Why? Because I don't know about you, but I miss you. That is Radha Raman. You know, yesterday I told this in yesterday's class as well. In Jaipur, in the last 15 minutes, I thought that I'm going to faint. I was not in my senses. My brain was jammed. I was literally crying and I thought that I will collapse today. You know what happened yesterday? Yesterday in Sridham Vrindavan, after Rajbhog Aarti, that means lunch of Radharaman Lal, it got a little late. And the doors, he gone to bed to sleep a little late yesterday in the afternoon. So when the program in Jaipur was about to finish, in the last 15-20 minutes, we all were, you know, celebrating the Amrakanan Mahotsav of Priya Raman Mahaprabhu, and suddenly somebody came with Shri Radharaman Lal's Vigrah. And the moment I saw, I was not in my senses, that how is this possible that Radha Raman came to Jaipur? And you know, in the evening, I was giving class. And at that time, I was just overwhelmed seeing Shri Radha Raman Lal, Priya Raman Lal sitting together. And one more, you know, the secret was revealed, that, you know, we all asked that what is there in that ghungat, which is on the side of Radha Raman Lal, because we all know Radha Raman is the combination of Radharani and Thakurji. They are together in Radha Raman Vigrah. Then who is there? that there's a name of Radha Rani, Radha, written under that ghungat, because that is the seat for Srimati Radha Rani. The moment she will finish the Leela with Thakurji, she will come back and sit on her seat, which is that place where the ghungat is. And yesterday, Maharaji revealed the biggest secret of my life. Radha Raman was standing, and my Priya Raman Mahaprabhu finally sat on her seat. She said, today we are going to give you all darshan separately. It was so beautiful. And you know what the best part was? After the Utsav finished, I called Sanju, the boy who sits in Radharaman. I told him, I asked him something, I called him, and he said, you know, today, because we distribute Khichdi Prasad, he said it became very late. I said, why? He said, you know, today Rajbhog Aarti got very late, and the doors of Radharaman temple closed about, 2:30. I said, oh my God. You know, when Thakurji goes off to bed in the afternoon, what happens? The jewelry, the park that Thakurji wears, it's, you take out all the jewelry and just, very light park he wears and he sleeps in the afternoon. So what I realized was that because the Utsav in Jaipur was about to finish in 15 minutes, and here the Gosaiji got everything delayed, and Radha Ramanji went off to sleep at around 2:30, and he had to rush to Jaipur. So he didn't even wear his jewelry back, and he ran to Jaipur like that, and he reached the Utsav in a way that he has just come from the bed, so that he does not miss, giving his presence, his mercy to the people of Jaipur. If you see that picture, that is the exact way how Goswamis in Radharaman put Radharaman to bed with that small pag on his head in the afternoon. Maharajji told me, and when I was giving class, I was like, today I am not in my senses, because Radharaman Lal he ran from Vrindavan to tell everybody how happy he is with the efforts and the prachar of Harinam. So yesterday was a very blissful day. I think I can never put it into words. When I saw Radharaman Lal and Priya Raman Mahaprabhu sitting like that, I was like, everything is revealed today. I think this was Mahaprabhu. That was Gaur Hoilo Radha Raman. But in Radha Raman, in Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna Milit Tanu. And who is Mahaprabhu? He is the form of Thakurji, but a feel of Radharani. So we could see that immense kripa we could experience yesterday. So on this note, I can talk about Radharaman, Priyaraman, Mahaprabhu all day long. So very, very beautiful realization we all had from this sutra. So you all must understand that don't be a follower. You know, in this world, Maharaji says that in this world, there are three kinds of people. The first kind are 5% of the people who are the motivators. That means the positive people. 5% of the people are those who are the demotivators, the negative people who see negativity in every situation of life. And the rest, 90% of the people are just followers. They either follow this side or they follow that side. They have no opinion of their own. If somebody posts something and people see it, the first thing they do, they go to the comments. And if the people have written the first 10 comments are positive, they would write positive. If the first 10 comments are a little negative, they will write shit in the comment box. And then they would have no opinion, no brain of their own. Please understand, the biggest and the most important organ of your body is your brain. That gives you the direction between right and wrong. So please choose and use it. It's free of cost and it's very big. I'm not sure, but it's the biggest organ of your body when it comes to realization, right? At least. So please use it and don't be the follower. You be the one who comes into the category of those 5% who have the energy to be the leaders, to lead the community in the right direction. And that is your responsibility. So quickly we'll do Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are on chapter number 11. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I will request Diksha to share the screen. Shlok number 27. We are going to start with Shlok number 27. Please, it is going to reflect on your screens. 26, sorry. Shlok number 26, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 11. Please look at it very carefully. Ami cha tvam drishtrasya putra. Sorry. Chapter number 11, Shlok number
26, 27 together.
Yes. Ami cha tvam drishtrasya putra sarve sahaivavanipal sange Bhishmo Drona putrasthaso sahasmadiyerapi yodamukhyai Vaktrani te tvaramana vishanti drashta karalani bhayanakani kechidvaligna dashanantareshu sandrishyante churnate tatmankhe Ami cha tvam dhritarashtrasya putraha. Ami, that means वे सभी धृतराष्ट्र के पुत्र राजाओं के समुदाय सहित त्वाम प्रविशंति आप में प्रवेश कर रहे हैं और भीष्म द्रोण तथा और पितामह भीष्म द्रोणाचार्य व कर्ण हमारे पक्ष के प्रधान योद्धाओं के साथ साथ ते दंष्ट्रा करालानी अर्थात दाढ़ों के कारण विकराल भयानकानी वक्त्राणी भयानक मुखों में त्वर माना विशंति बड़े वेग से दौड़ते हुए प्रवेश कर रहे हैं और केचित चूर्णित ही उत्तमांगे अर्थात कोई एक चूर्ण हुए सिरों सहित आपके दांतों के बीच में लगे दिख रहे हैं. So what is Arjun seeing? Arjun is seeing something that has not happened as yet. He's seeing the future. Bhagwan is showing him that what you think that if you will not fight can be saved, it is not possible. Because eventually I am showing you where everybody has to go in the end. So what is Arjun seeing? Arjun is seeing a very dangerous and a very scary sight. He's seeing all those people whom he loved. His Gurudev, Pitamah Bhishma, all the people who are fighting from his side, all the people who are fighting from the sides of the Kauravas, everybody is flying in the air and going inside the mouth of Bhagwan in his Virat Swarup. And you know what is happening? That mouth is, from that mouth there is fire coming out. And the teeth are so huge that between the teeth, churn, people are, when Bhagwan is chewing all of them, so the bodies have become like powder. And there are hands falling out from one side and there is face coming out from the other side. That is the sight Arjun is seeing, what is happening to the people whom he is choosing to not fight for. Bhagwan is saying this is destined. This is the ultimate truth. We all have to leave these bodies one day. Just sit with yourself for a day. not for a day. Sit with yourself for an hour and just realize one day this skin, we are spending so much time putting creams, putting makeups, making hairs, hours and hours we are spending. One day, no hair, no skin, no body, nothing. Everything is going to get burnt to ashes. What then? What's next? Is that beauty going to help you? Is that, wastage of time, extra time that you have done to look beautiful on the outer? Will that help you? Just imagine and realize how precious every second of a human birth is. We are, literally losing one Kohinoor every second if we are wasting this precious, precious time of our life. Start now, right now, here. From today, everything that I do is for Sri Radha Raman Lal. Why? Because I know all this is just for 60 years. My Radha Raman Lal is forever. And I want to be the most beautiful for the one who is forever. So that is what Bhagwan is telling and showing Arjun, that nothing in this world is permanent. People for whom you are going crazy, they are also going to end one day. May that be your guru, may that be your brothers, may that be your mamas or chachas or brothers or whatever. So understand and do your duty. Don't get emotional. Don't take wrong decisions just because you are attached to people or situations. Ultimately, it won't matter what you did for whom. Ultimately, what matters is what only you did. Was it right? Was it wrong? Rather, in Radharaman's diary, it is never mentioned that Adrika said this because that person motivated her to do that thing wrong. No. You chose to do it wrong. You accepted, and that's how you did it. So you have to bear the consequence. Understand it. So Bhagwan is telling and showing Arjun that don't fall for this prey. You have to use your brain. The next look. Yatha nadinam bahavom bhuvega samudrameva bhimukha dravanti तथा तवामि नरलोक वीरा विशन्ति वक्त्राण्यभिविज्वलन्ति. यथा, जैसे, नदी नाम, नदियों के, बहवः अम्बुवेगः, बहुत से जल के प्रवाह स्वाभाविक ही समुद्रम एव, समुद्र के ही सन्मुख दौड़ते हैं, अर्थात समुद्र में प्रवेश करते हैं, वैसे ही नर लोक के वीर आपके प्रज्वलित मुख में प्रवेश कर रहे हैं. So what is Arjun seeing? That no matter it's Ganga, no matter it's Yamuna, no matter it's any other river flowing in any part of the world, all the rivers come together and flow towards the ocean. And the ocean is one. Every person in this universe is eventually going to die and take rebirth according to their karmas. But Bhagwan is saying that it is very important to understand that there is one ocean, and for that, this material world, for the humans of this universe, that ocean is me. And ultimately, you all have to give and justify all your explanations, not in front of the world, but in front of the me, because you started from me, and ultimately you have to end it on me as well. From the oceans, clouds evaporate the water, they give it to the they give it to the rivers flow, and again the water comes back to the oceans. That's the simple phenomena of evaporation and condensation. So it is very, very important that constantly you are taking birth and dying, taking birth and dying, taking birth and dying. But when will you reach your ocean? So that is what Bhagwan is telling Arjun, that Arjun, I am that ultimate ocean to everybody in this universe. So don't worry if you're doing things right and others are doing wrong. Ultimately, they will also have to reach me only. And the next shlok, Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samriddha vegaha तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोका स्ववा लोकास्तवापि वक्त्राणि समृद्ध वेगा। जैसे पतंग नष्ट होने के लिए प्रज्वलित अग्नि में अति वेग से दौड़ते हुए प्रवेश करता है, वैसे ही सब लोग भी अपने नाश के लिए आपके मुख में अति वेग से दौड़ते हुए प्रवेश कर रहे हैं. You know, have you seen patanga? Patanga is a small insect, and that insect loves fire so much that whenever he sees fire anywhere, he would run towards the fire and get burnt. So what is Arjun saying? That Bhagwan, what am I seeing? That the way that insect runs towards the fire and gets burned, the same way I can see all my family, all my people, all my belongings, everything which I thought belonged to me, they are running and flowing towards you, and you are eating them up all. He's saying, I'm realizing that nothing belonged to me. You know, when you eat food, what is there in your plate goes inside your mouth, and that is your food. Nobody else can say that this plate, you are eating from that plate, but this food belongs to me. No. The person whose plate is there, the food also belongs to that very person. So he's saying the same way, I can see that this entire world belongs to you. And now when the time comes, you are eating them all up again. So everybody is going back from where they started. So the last shlok for today's class. लेलीयसे ग्रसमानः समन्ताल लोकान् समग्रान् वदनै ज्वलब्धि तेजोभिरापूर्य जगत् समग्रं भासस्तवोग्राः प्रतपन्ति विष्णुः. समग्रान लोकान ज्वलब्धि, संपूर्ण लोकों को प्रज्वलित मुखों द्वारा ग्रास करते हुए सब ओर से बार बार चाट रहे हैं विष्णु. आपका उग्र प्रकार संपूर्ण जगत को तेज के द्वारा परिपूर्ण करके तपा रहा है. That I initially believed that it is the Surya, the sun, who is giving enlightenment and the prakash to the entire world. But today I can see that whatever, light we can see around us or in our heart, it is not the sun, it is your tej that is being reflected in this universe. Oh Bhagwan, I thought it's the sun, but it's not the sun, it's you who is the ultimate power and the light of this entire universe. That means Arjun is now, when in Hindi there's a kahavat, घी सीधी उंगली से नहीं निकले तो उसको टेढ़ी कर लेना चाहिए. So Bhagwan is constantly politely telling Arjun, Arjun, don't worry, Arjun, I am there with you, don't worry. And Arjun is he's not ready to understand. So Bhagwan is saying, now you look at me in my real form. And now Arjun is very scared. He's saying, I cannot believe that I could never identify that you are the ultimate power, my Radharaman. If my ultimate goal is to make you happy, you have done everything in the best way. You don't have to get confused. If you had this one filter in your life, trust me, you will be best at everything. You will never be able to do wrong to anybody. You will never be able to make wrong decisions. You will never be able to get angry, because you know that the right power which you want to work towards in your life is that one supreme, which is Sri Radharaman Lal, and he is going to guide you through all the thicks and thins of your life. So that is what Arjun is seeing when he has seen this very scary and very elaborate form of Sri Radharaman Lal. Radharaman Lal, we already know your power in this very sweet form. We don't want to see your Virat Swarup ever in our life. We already believe, we know that you look small, but your powers are infinite, and we fully surrender to your love and power. On this note, we will end today's class, and please reflect back on that sutra. Try to find your USP and work towards it, and you will be successful in your life. And read these next 5 shlokas of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and waiting for all of you in Seva. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patita nam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Radha Raman Lal ki jai.